So today I am back with another Halloween haul. I have been just collecting things over the last month and stockpiling them in my room ready to show you. So I thought tonight it's going to be a late one. I don't mind. Not like I have a very important day tomorrow at all. Definitely not. But I figured I'd sit down and I'd film some Halloween hauls for you. So I have categorized these things into a little section haul because I felt like this was very overexposed because I felt like these were very like vintage inspired. They gave me vintagey vibes. I felt like they go so well together. So the first thing which I picked up I got online is one of those really weird items where it's not something I was like desperate for. When I saw it online, I didn't like go, yes, I need this so bad. I just thought like, oh, I'll get that. So I bought that online, and then even when I picked it up I was just like, cool, just picking up that thing, like no big deal. And it actually sat in my car for ages. I was really embarrassed last time I filmed a haul because I was like, I just realized I've got loads of stuff sat in my car. So I bought this guy. I really like him. I'm not sure why I like just left him in my car, but I think it's because he's just a pretty standard like classic Halloween piece. Like, there's not too much to talk about because he is just a black cat with yellow eyes, not green eyes, but hopefully I can repaint those. But I do really like him. I love how simplistic he is. When I compare him to like other cats which I have picked up, you can see like this one is very like furry and detailed, whereas this guy is definitely kind of the opposite. He's completely smooth, he's shiny, as you can see. He does have a little bit of fur on his cheeks and within his ears, but overall he is just a very, very simplistic cat. So this cost me $9.99. I feel like this is a very reasonable price for him. I don't think he would be worth too much more just because, as I said, he's not too intricate. He is wearing a little witch's hat, as you can see. Again, very tempted to paint this. I think it's because just to me it doesn't quite match with his bow tie. I know his bow tie is orange and this band around his hat is orange as well. I just feel like perhaps it would work better black. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe it would then like blend in and it would look like he has a unicorn horn. But either way, he's got this hat. In fact, this hat does look rather tiny for him now I'm looking at him properly. But yeah, he is really cute. He's got a little witch's hat on. He's very smiley, as you can see, with his little kind of floofy cheeks and his little painted nose. His eyes, again, very simple. They've just got kind of like a yellow circle round them, a black innard. So I probably will be replacing the yellow with green. I find painting any black cat's eyes green just changes the whole look. He does have this big bow tie on, which is quite a common thing I find within our Halloween cats. You're not going to see him, but the very classic smiling Halloween cat that we got must be out for about 4 years now. Everyone is always after it. That smiling cat has a big bow tie on as well. I feel like it's just quite a common thing with the vintage black cats to have a bow tie. Although I was about to say I've never seen a cat in a bow tie, but I actually bought my cat a bow tie and he really didn't care about it. But he is pretty cool. He does kind of remind me slightly of like a circusy cat, because he sat on this kind of like raised stand, like this raised thing, with like stars on it and dots on it. I do like that vibe. It does kind of remind me of a circus. Like he kind of looks like a circus cat, kind of. I'm not sure if anyone else gets that vibe, but I do like it. It does give him a bit of extra height, and since he will be displayed behind things, it will make him a bit easier to see. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about him. He is made of resin. He's very sturdy made. One thing I would say is if you were after this, I wouldn't worry about getting it in the post. He wasn't bubble wrapped. He literally just had paper stuffed around him and he came absolutely fine, as you can see. He's a sturdy little guy and I think very cute, and definitely kind of like an all-round piece rather than just a Halloween piece. But let's go into the Halloween pieces because I found a little ghostie. This is so cute. Now I believe, let's see if I can just reach it from here without actually having to get up. I believe that these are from like the same sort of characters as this pumpkin car. You guys know I'm in love with this pumpkin car, and I probably could spend another 10 minutes talking about how much I'm in love with it. But basically I found these. They are so cute, and as I said, I think they're made by the same people because this ghost looks very similar. So this ghost is on a spring, as you can see. I did see this posted all over the Facebook pages and I was like, yo, I really need this. I just loved the kind of vintagey feel to it. I like the fact that the character kind of ties in with the ones in the pumpkin cart, and I also like the fact that it has a little light up pumpkin. So this is one of two. I will show you the second one shortly. He is on a pumpkin, as you can see. The pumpkin is very happy. I absolutely love this pumpkin's face. I think it's because it's kind of a bit of a wider pumpkin. He's a bit of a chunky pumpkin and he's got tiny little eyes and a really big smile, and I just think he looks absolutely adorable. But also the paint itself, I'm not sure how well it will show up, but they have like darkened the ridges, lightened the very sides, so it does give it a really kind of like pumpkin-y autumnal look to it. I think it just looks so cool. And then on the top we have this ghost. Now he is the same, I think, as like the same sort of character, maybe the brother of the ghost that is in the pumpkin cart. As you can see, they've pretty much used the same facial expression, but he's flying along. Mike did ask why he had chameleon hands. I think that's just what ghost hands look like, but to me they kind of look like wings. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but he is just kind of flying along at top speed, as you can see on his little spring. With this one they have done that effect that they do throughout all of the pieces from this brand. They kind of paint it and then like chip away some of the paint. This isn't done post-production. This is part of the actual look of this item, but I think he is really cute. I love his little witch's hat, and I like the fact that he's just sort of like flying along. Now he did come with a little kind of plastic slot that I pulled out. He has a little on and off switch, and then as you can see there's a little disco party going on in here. I believe I paid $3.99, potentially $4.99, but I have a feeling it was $3.99 for this guy, so definitely a really good price. I felt like it was really worth it, especially for the kind of vintage look to it and also the little kind of pumpkin rave. Yes! So to go with him I did also find this one. I wasn't like mad like fond of this one, but when I saw it I knew I had to get them because look, they're like little matching ones. They like fly towards each other. So this one is witch themed. It is slightly more detailed than the ghost one. So on the bottom you do have this cauldron that says Happy Halloween, and that writing is actually like fully engraved in there. This one again turns on and has a little kind of rave, but this time it's just within the pumpkin. And I don't feel it's quite as obvious to see as the pumpkin one. I think it's where the pumpkin one, maybe I'm wrong, but like I think it's where the light comes straight out the front of the pumpkin one, whereas this one is definitely more spread around. So this one was exactly the same price. I thought perhaps they'd go together, but alas they did not. I had to buy them separately. But this one again is on another little spring, and it is a witch on a broomstick. Again, I'd like to say that perhaps these witches are sisters because look, they look very similar to me. They have the same kind of curls and smile. It's just their clothes that differ right now. So this one is wearing a gorgeous orange dress. If this came in orange and black stripes, I'd definitely be all over that. She's got a black cape on and a purple hat. As you can see, her face is very detailed. She is smiling. She's got this like ruffle thing around her neck, and her hair is super curly. I love the style of this witch. I have also realized as well, I have got this witch sat on a big crescent moon. It's too high up for me to reach right now, but they have brought this witch out in various different positions. But on this one she is on a broomstick. As you can see, it's fully 3D, which I absolutely love. I love the fact that they thought about how her dress would hang when she is on this broomstick, and her gorgeous little witchy boots. And then sat on her back she does also have an owl, rather a random creature because he hasn't actually turned up in any of the other pieces featuring this witch, but another kind of little friend to add to the fam. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It does kind of sit slightly sideways, so it says Happy Halloween here, and then she's kind of flying off, if that makes sense. So I do kind of angle mine more so that she's forward and the writing is slightly sideways. But to be 100% honest with you, you don't really get to see the bottom of this much, because I have this kind of behind loads of ghost ornaments, and then all the ghosts come around the front, so you kind of just see her on a spring like flying through the ghosts rather than the actual the actual cauldron at the bottom. But I did really like these pieces. I thought that they went so cute together, and they were like the perfect little pair, definitely created by the same people, obviously, because they are pretty much the same thing. But yeah, I'm so pleased with these, and I felt like they were a really reasonable price. And please don't tell the lady who I do my Halloween swap box with, but I was able to pick up a second one of these ghosties just for her. So those were the 3 things which I got from TK Maxx. The ones on springs were bought in store, whereas the cat I did buy online. If you didn't watch my last video, I did have a few issues with an item that I bought online. That is the only item I've had issues with, and it was resolved within 1 day. And I was given a refund within 3 working days of me actually like putting the complaint in. So I was so happy with their customer service, although it is rather annoying and I shouldn't have to deal with the fact that it did get broken on the way. Honestly, they resolved it so well, and I am very, very happy with how they did it and just the overall experience of buying from TK Maxx. So I hope you enjoyed these more vintagey style goodies. I am loving the vintagey items which TK Maxx is bringing out this year. Unfortunately, it seems like their collections are slowly dwindling away now, which is really sad, but I'm still really stoked about the fact that more vintagey items are actually in store and are actually being sold, because who doesn't love vintagey Halloween items? I guess some of you, but I just love vintagey items, and I think it's like such a nice way to kind of look back on the spoopy things which they used to use to celebrate this glorious time of Halloween. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you have a spooktacular Halloween. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If it's sunny where you are, I hope you're enjoying the shade, and I'll see you next time. Bye!